Howdy, everybody. Howdy, everybody. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Just felt like doing a little more crocheting, so figured I'd jump on. Everything is going wonderful here on the Mackenzie home front. The newest edition is doing very well and is expected home tomorrow, I believe. So we're excited about that. I'm just not a big fan of it at all. But yeah, I just started crocheting. I was like, you know what? I guess I'll go live and let's see. Not really much. Listened to a very cool interview on sleeping and how you sleep, thanks to a Mr. John Savage. Shout out, Savage! He turned me on to a gentleman who is teaching people about how they sleep and how sleeping at an angle really is much healthier for you. So I think I might start trying this. I'm gonna try and prop up one end of the bed. It all has to do with circulation and stuff like that. It was very interesting, and he was helping people with all kinds of illnesses, diseases, whatever you want to call them. It was an amazing. Actually, let me see if I can't bring it up here and share it. Let's see what we got. Um, hmm. Yeah, I should be able to share it without jumping in. Come on. Copy link. There we go. Again, I'll try to put it in there for you all. Let's see. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll go to YouTube and put it in that way. See if that works. Yeah, there we go. No thanks. Let me turn these. Yeah, very cool episode on how you sleep affecting your health and all kinds of stuff. Um, I'm gonna try it. If there's anything I've learned is you don't know until you've tried it, and it's so in this world nowadays you never know. So that's what I guess we'll talk about. I don't have too much more to do here to finish this. I did a 3-5-3, 3-2, and I think I'm going to put a 1 here in the end. Yeah, that'll look cool. I try to be symmetric about the way I do when I do put a design in there. If it's not perfectly even, then I try to make it somewhat, evened out in another way almost, I should say. But that podcast that I put up there is all about just elevating your head and your chest a little bit above your feet. And I know people don't like the term gravity, that upsets some people, but the force that's making up and down, whatever you want to call it, the force. It when we're upright, that force itself, because when we're laying down, that force is pulling equally on all our veins and arteries kind of this way, and it slows them down. And it makes your heart work harder and faster. Because both ways, the going out to your legs and coming back, it has to be pushed. There is no help. But when you're standing up and down, the force, gravity, is actually helping the blood through your veins one way, therefore creating greater suction the other way. And they just say it all works better when we're upright. Most animals, they like to sleep upright. Gorillas and monkeys up in trees, they never sleep in a tree that's like perfectly flat. They've always got something elevated or this or that when they're sleeping. And laying perfectly flat on a bed is, according to that podcast that I shared there in the chat, according to that, laying flat on a bed is like the worst way that you can be. Even sitting in a chair for too long is not good for you. It makes your body work harder to circulate all the blood through your body. It's really interesting. And John Savage gave that to me. So I'm going to start trying it. I'm going to try, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Should I have stopped right there? 2, 3. I'm going to have to count this out real quick. Let me see here. Hey, what's going on, Dan? I'm just talking about this podcast. You'd be interested in this. It's about sleeping and not laying perfectly flat, having your bed perfectly flat, that if you actually incline it a little bit, it makes your circulation so much smoother and easier that it slows your heartbeat down like 5 beats a minute. It slows your breathing down so many breaths per minute. Sweet. Sounds good, Adam. But yeah, it's an amazing and this gentleman was helping people like fix all these problems that they were having just by changing what they slept on. He was pointing out that gorillas and monkeys and chimps and all these other primates, none of them sleep on perfectly flat surfaces. If they're up in a tree, it'll be at a bend of a tree like this. Or gorillas like to sleep sitting with their backs up against the tree. It's really cool stuff like that. I gotta count this out real quick. 16. Yeah, I'm just going to finish this with a 3. Stop this one here. Go back to the natural one. Oh, where's my knife? In my pocket. Yeah, the black hemp feels a little bit different. Almost like it feels thicker. I mean, the same. Okay, what's the word? Dense. It feels more dense. Denser? Is denser a word? Could things be denser? Yeah, more dense. It feels. Tying these together. Started working on learning Croatian today. It's some words are similar, many are not. So we'll see how long this takes. But once you set your mind onto something that you really want to do, usually it's possible, right? So we'll see what happens. Just cutting the trim off there. And back to natural for 3 of these. And one more row of black to finish it off, and we're done. Yeah, set up the pressure cooker today outside. Tested it out. Worked rather well. Only found a couple little holes in the seams I don't have to patch up. One where I didn't think I'd get one, but you learn, just because you think you have something done just right and it was done well. That's why we always check. Measure twice, cut once. We don't want to get it all nice and painted and looking all pretty and dollied up and then put a fire in it and find out that it leaks all over the place. I've had such a great time working on that pressure cooker or that smoker. Learning how to weld. We're gonna bend a little bit of steel here. Yeah, Adam's taught me a lot already. Maybe tomorrow or Friday, depending on how things are going. We'll go pick up that manure and get it all set out. Just Jack had a good idea about um, documenting setting up the gardens in your backyard, your herb garden and your garden. So I figured we could. I need to do something like that anyway. I showed how to set up all the stuff. Actually, I think I did make a video about getting the soil ready already. But I think we're good at the beginning. Yeah, little Remy. I can't wait to meet the little guy. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. All hemp. I'll look into dyeing hemp eventually and being able to make all kinds of my own colored hemp hats. That'd be cool. Do some camouflage looking stuff. I was thinking I'm going to get crafty with the next one and try to do a Charlie Brown zigzag pattern. It's just a pain in the butt, but it'll be worth it, I think. But yeah, I have the Charlie Brown thin line and then a thick line through the middle and then another thin line through the bottom. Boom, 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 boom. There's Adam and Addie. Came to see Hank. She just loves Hank. She's got a really good heart. She loves all kinds of animals. A lizard? Yeah, right there. She found a lizard. Yeah, just felt like doing some crocheting. You hungry? You want a Pop-Tart? Yeah. Yeah, not looking bad. I like it. I did 353. We'll see how it turns out. Another beautiful day here in sunny Bradenton. 74 degrees. Just perfect. Want the dog in? No, just, I don't want that to get him. You want to get him, don't you? Yeah, if you haven't heard, the European tour, the UK, remember how they had the UK Globe Live tour? Now they're having the European tour. They're doing 14,000 miles, 36 countries, 61 stops. That might change, but that's what it's at right now. They're going to be announcing all kinds. This is going to be pretty neat. That's a long 14,000 miles. That's a long way to be traveling. But yeah, they're doing all of it. They're going through Ireland, starting in England, going through Ireland, going back into England, and then over to France, I believe. And I forget, I think they're going north up through Norway and Sweden and them, and then coming down and back up. I think that's the way they're going. It's going to be neat. But they're looking for people to help do driving or all kinds of stuff. There'll be a lot of information out about it Friday. Iron Realm Media, they're going to have them on Friday night over at Iron Realm Media. And we're going to have them all on. Hello, Nora. How are you doing, darling? Hi, Addie. How you doing? Good. How was school? Good. Yeah. What'd you learn today? Nothing? No. She's a little sweetie. Yeah, I figured you would, Nora. They said they're going to be going through Ireland. 2 stops, I believe, early in the tour. Yeah, that's going to be pretty neat. I'm hoping to help out. I should be over there when they're actually heading through uh, Eastern Europe. And I'm going to see what I can't do to help out. Yeah, that sounds like fun. And then we'll also be having somebody on Friday, I believe Dee Dee and Gary, talking about the Amsterdam Flat Earth Convention, the European Convention in Amsterdam, and possibly also the UK Convention. Yeah,
That's not good.
yeah, I didn't care for traveling too much. Yeah, I believe they do go through Italy. I'm pretty sure they're going through Italy and then Spain, Portugal, and of course back through Spain a little bit. And I think they're ending up back in England, starting there and ending there. So that should be pretty cool. Yeah, I'd like to help out wherever, whenever I can, as much out there. That'd be cool. Good reason for me to go travel and see Europe. I've seen a lot of the states. I'm not done, but I've seen a lot of them. Oh, by the time I'm done, I'm hoping to have seen a bunch of stuff. Just follow your gut. So, are you feeling better, Nora? Did you take another golden seal? Four.
So I was eating what? Oh, why'd you let him eat it? I didn't let him eat it. Well, how'd he get it? It fall out my
She's so cute.
And okay, if it's all on the ground, just let him eat it.
Yeah, I found a few spots on the smoker to fix. Um, it's really weird being able to take metal and put stuff together that just is more solid than a rock. Still blows my mind. It's the only feeling I can really relate it to is picking a lock. I don't know why. It's just like you have this new power now, this new ability that you never knew you had but was always there. It's weird. It's hard to explain. It's a cool feeling. And I could see how people can get really into metal art, welding metal together to make art. I mean, yeah, pretty neat stuff. So I'm almost done here. I think I have 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, this one and one more row. Yeah, it is. It's a crazy feeling to be able to manipulate metal. Isn't it, Adam?
What's up?
Do you remember the first time that you ever welded anything? Did you get a weird feeling?
Well,
Like,
the first time I ever
wow.
welded was stick weld.
But were you like, wow, I did that?
I had problems the first time I welded, so
So your mind was elsewhere,
yeah, because I was
having
using an
trouble.
old stick welder, and
Yeah.
it was popping breakers, and I couldn't get it figured out. That's what I was saying with this welder. It's kind of like the Rolls Royce of welders. It's like the George Foreman. You just set it and forget it. But yeah, no, you do get it's like having a gun almost, you know, you feel like you're the most powerful
That's a good way to put it.
person in the world.
Yeah.
Because it is. You're fusing two pieces of material together that are some of the hardest known substances.
Yeah, it's neat. Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like crocheting, so I started up a hangout.
That's awesome. Yeah. I was watching you, me and Addison were watching you on the way back from picking her up. Well, I'll keep you on while we head to the doctor. Nothing but mainstream propaganda to watch over there. A lot of woke nurses, though, I'll tell you that much.
That's pretty cool. Well, yeah, I bet they see the stuff firsthand, you know?
Yeah.
He was telling me how some of the nurses were anti-vaccine, no 9/11 was bullshit, stuff like that. He didn't drop flat earth on them, but he said they're flurfers.
We don't plan on having any more kids after this, so maybe I'll flat smack them on the way out tomorrow.
There you go.
But yeah, not while I'm there.
Big Bo Cephas. Big Bo Cephas. What you doing, big guy? What you doing, handsome? Huh? You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. Yeah. Adam's got a great dog. Big meathead pit bull, huh? Meathead pit bull, huh? So handsome. Yeah, that's scary when the people administering the shots know that they're bad. But when people ask for it, you know, they give it to them anyway. They have to. Or they'll be fired and they'll find someone else to do it. Just like my buddy Mr. Adam Eakin. You know, he hates the fact that doctors are prescribing some of these things that they're prescribing and that people are going to fill them up, and you know, he doesn't. But when they come in and ask for it, it's, you know, he's there providing a service. And yeah, it'd be nice to say, you know, no, but then he wouldn't have his businesses and his shops. And he does get to do certain things. You know, he doesn't push vaccinations at his clinics, at his shops, as to where a lot of these shops around in the United States, it's got to be promoted all over the front. Everywhere, every aisle has like 5 posters or these little cutout things. Get your free flu shot today. Blah 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 blah. Get your free vaccinations. Blah 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 blah. Look into adult vaccinations. Blah 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 blah. It's crazy. It really is. It's And if you haven't looked into the vaccination, some of the laws they're trying to pass that have they've been shut down, but they're still trying to pass these laws right now. And it's not just mandatory vaccinations for children going to schools. It will be mandatory vaccinations for all types of jobs. So if you want to, have a job and not be dependent upon some kind of social service, then you're going to have to get vaccinated to have these jobs. And these jobs are,
Let me finish packing my bag, okay?
I don't know, it's crazy. They're talking about hundreds of vaccinations for adults, for different situations and this and that. Not that every adult will have to take hundreds, but I mean, it's already for the kids. It's already up in different, whatever they call them. I forget how many different vaccinations they are, but they'll have to take them in stages. And it's up to like how many different vaccination? What is it, up in the 80s? Different injections that you get?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
Well,
Isn't it up in the 80s, the amount of.
I mean, as in how many they have out to date?
Yeah, well, that kids are required to get, yada, yada, yada.
Well, it depends on where you live.
I mean, it used to be 8 when I was a kid.
Yeah, now it's like in the 30s.
Is it? I thought it was higher than that.
Well, there's some that are mandatory, and then there's others. If you count them all, it's probably around 100.
That's wild.
You know, everything's got a damn vaccine nowadays. So I was watching a really good video on the way home today. I'll have to send it to you.
Have you watched that Vaxxed?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's not. I don't know. I would hope that it was set up with good intentions in mind. But if you look at the people who set it up, a lot of these people are also into eugenics, which is, population control and stuff like that. So are these the people that we really want controlling something like a vaccination? People who think that the herd needs to be culled a little bit every now and then. I don't know. You don't see the Amish having all these problems, health problems. All right, last row here. This one and the very last row at the back, and we'll be ready to roll. Yeah, Adam's gonna take Addie back to the hospital. I got my IRM meeting Wednesday night pre-show. which will be a good one. I have so much fun with those guys, hanging out. Nothing much, Ron. Yeah, there's all kinds of nasty stuff in there. Nora. Mice brain tissue and all kinds of weird. I've looked into a lot of that. One of them is a derivative of mercury. Ron, just been talking about vaccinations, pretty much. That's been the topic as of last few minutes. We were talking about the Globe Tour lie that's going to happen this year, later on in the year. 14,000 miles, 36 countries through Europe, 62 stops. Should be pretty cool. Yeah, there's all kinds of crazy stuff in the vaccines now. And you would like to think that they were made with good intentions. And people, I think they used polio pretty much being eradicated as their jumping off point. I believe it was already about 98% eradicated before they came out with the vaccine. Oh, I know, Ron. It's happening more and more and more. That's what the numbers are in. That the numbers that we're hearing at least indicate. They say the number of autistic children is just skyrocketing. Every time a new vaccination comes out that becomes mandatory, they do it about every decade or so. Every so many years, they'll add new vaccines to the list that are now required. When they do this, the number of autistic children seem to rise as well. It's really weird. Yeah, vaxxed. Oh. I think just Jack was telling me about that this morning to check that one out. I forgot to tell him that I already seen it. Yeah, I don't even like watching stuff like that. But that's the kind of stuff they should be showing in schools. Good Lord. I mean, I just don't understand that vaccines are mandatory. Yeah, my little brother, his whole class actually, it's a crazy story, but I guess she went to prison supposedly and everything. She was a nurse that was giving out like placebos instead of vaccines. For years, I guess she was doing this, and then they finally caught her. But my little brother, he got vaccinated for a lot of the stuff, but it was later on, after his brain had already developed and all that stuff. They didn't find out till he was almost out of high school. Yeah, you're right, Ron. If everybody watched that stuff, nobody would take their kids in for that stuff. You're absolutely 100% right about that. And that's a scary thought, isn't it? I mean, if people were educated about so much stuff. Oh, we were talking about. I put a link at the top. I'll put it in again here. I was talking about this gentleman right here. I'm not even sure what his name is, but this podcast right here talks about sleeping and how laying down flat makes it harder for your body to rest. That we should lay at an elevated angle somewhat while we're resting. because what we're doing, and I'm going to use a word here. I'm going to use the word gravity. Okay, whatever you want to call the process or the force or the equilibrium that takes place of, up and down. Being at a slight slant makes it easier for our heart to pump the blood. Yeah, inclined bed therapy, exactly. And this guy is saving so many people from so many doctor visits and stuff like that just by having them change the way that they're sleeping. And he said the side effects are, sliding down the bed and maybe having to pull a wedgie out of your butt. Hey, what's up, Flat World Logic? But yeah, inclined bed therapy. Check it out. This podcast right here is some gentleman talking about it. It's I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna set it up tonight.
Head out.
Safe driving.
Yep. See you in a little while.
For sure.
I'll probably stop back by later tonight.
Cool. I'll be here.
Good.
All right, man.
Later, everybody at the YouTube land.
Adam said bye. Heading back to the hospital. Yeah, I don't do hospitals very often. Unless I'm dying. Very rare you'll find me alone.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch this pipe out. You can smoke it up.
Hey, Trav, what's going on? How we doing, Trav? Yeah, this inclined bed. It's it just sounds like it makes sense. He's talking about he showed up to like 6 heartbeats less per minute, 5 to 6 less breaths per minute. It's it just makes your body not have to work as hard. It gets rid of varicose veins. It stops your veins and arteries from getting pressurized so much. All right, Rich. Sounds good, man. Flat World Logic is forever known as Rich now. But yeah, sleeping at an inclined position. He was talking about how all the different animals, 6 inches. All right, I will. Will do. Yeah, he was saying all animals, like gorillas, will sleep at the base of a tree, leaning up against it. Monkeys, chimps, they all sleep at an incline if they're up in a tree. They're at a slight angle. We're just all taught to lay on a flat surface. And he said that's considered a deathbed right there. That we create so many problems. He was talking about some other really neat stuff too, about plants. Yeah, it's I'm gonna try it though. Incline it 6 inches. Hey Ron, I will do that. Yeah, they said you slide down a little bit, but it once you get used to it, you even start feeling a little bit different. Yeah, cut the ends of the ham off very well. Yeah, Chris Van Mantray. We were never taught to do it any other way. But it's supposed to help out your health tremendously in many different ways. So I'm going to give it a try. We will see what happens. It's the only way to really know. Yeah, that's what the guy said. He said it might take a few nights, something like that, to get adjusted to it, to where you notice it. But after a little while, it's just like laying down anywhere else. You do it. Yeah, you get used to it. Little things like that help take care of your body so much more. Oh yeah, we're just talking about sleeping at certain angles. I put here you go. Put it in the chat again. Come on. This podcast right here. Um, it's all about sleeping somewhat upright to help your circulation. Um, it also helps you from getting cold hands and cold feet, but it all has to do with helping your blood, helping, you know, whatever makes up and down. Gravity, we're just going to call it gravity for right now. That up and down notion of, denser and lighter things. It all has to do with when the blood leaves your lungs, because all of the air was taken, or all of something was taken, the water pretty much was taken out of it. It became more dense. It becomes more dense than the blood that's entering the lungs right now, that is carrying all this stuff. So the more dense blood seems to flow, down. While the lighter blood, it then creates a suction, so the lighter blood has an easier time flowing upwards. And it was just really neat how he explains it. But yeah, I think it's only maybe an hour and 20 minutes. But yeah, check it out. It's a really cool. John Savage, shout out to Mr. John Savage. He's the one who turned me on to that this morning, maybe last night. But yeah, it's kind of common sense. Once it all started because of plants. He realized certain things were happening in plants. I forget how that part went. But then he turned it into how our blood is changed through the same thing, by us breathing out a certain gas. It leaves the blood that's in there more dense. Same thing as what happens in the plant when they're turning photosynthesis, pretty much, when they're doing photosynthesis. Uh-oh. Did I go too far? Yep, I almost did. Just ranting along, not paying attention to what I'm doing. Oh, that's funny. Now I'm going to do this last line, I think, in black. That will look right. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it in black. This will be my first hat I've done, hemp multicolor. First one ever. I might just keep this one Adam's got the first one I've ever put a letter into. Yeah, I know. Just people get bent out of shape about it, Nora. I don't care what people call it. I'd like to understand why it happens. That's one of my questions. Is it all electrically based, or is it I don't know, something that we don't quite understand yet or haven't thought of? I always like to keep that as one of the possibilities undiscovered or forgotten. Maybe might be a better word. I wonder how many things have been known and then lost throughout time. You guys ever wonder that kind of stuff? Like what might have been known as common knowledge at one time. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with him on that. I don't think it's magnetic what's holding everything down. That's just me, though. I go with the, that's all it takes. In Walter Lewin's first couple of lectures on 802 electricity, he explains it very, very perfectly how it's just simply electricity. That's it. Was he saying it was magnetic? I wasn't. What? I'm not sure. Sorry. Sorry about that. Just had to text somebody real quick. Well, yeah, you can manipulate the electric field, the positive and negative of the electric field. If it's simply just the electric field, you know, which way positive and negative are, and we reverse them, and we can get things to stick to the other side. I mean, I've done that. That's why it makes me think that, you know, and like if it the positive or negative below us ever went away, things would just be flying up into the air. Um, Induction would start taking place if electricity caused everything. It's pretty crazy when the current stops. You can get. All right, I want my lab back. My Van de Graaff generator. Starting to already get a little rusty on electricity and my thoughts about it. Oh yeah, this is gonna look cool. But yeah, I think it all has to do with, I mean, the other three force. Well, I don't think we know what holds everything together. We used to call it fire. Now we call it the strong nuclear force. And then we have the weak nuclear force, or water, that is radioactive decay, the breakup of the elements slowly, or fission. Whereas, and they say fusion is what holds everything together. I don't know if any of that stuff's true. Yeah, because it's always been there. It's like people saying, "Oh, well, I can measure the distance to the sun from how long it takes the light to get here from the sun." And it's like, well, that's funny because nobody's ever turned the sun off and then had the switch to turn it on and then time it how long it took to get to Earth. So when people say stuff like that, it's just like, no, you're just regurgitating stuff that you've heard and you've never even given it time to think about it. But I've noticed we're getting more and more newcomers that are I actually started looking into a mud flood video today. Just dipping my toes in the water. I still have some. I don't want to get sucked in. I still have some stuff I want to figure out with the eyes and stuff like that. A couple more tests that I'd like to do. I'm kind of keeping quiet about them until I do them. It's just going to take a little bit of funds, and then once I get those funds acquired, I'll be able to do it. But it won't be It won't be hard to do. It's shouldn't cost that much actually. A little bit of research, a little bit of bargain hunting, shopping around for, kinda. You want to say? I I mean, none of the stuff I need to buy has to be brand new to do this experiment. And I probably only need to buy maybe 3 items, really. And then it's all just the rest I can use real world things. But we're going to show people what aperture and diffraction are all about. Yeah, I get to. I'm pretty blessed. I get to speak with Gav. We took about a month off for the holidays, but on a weekly basis, usually every Sunday. Gav, Chris Van Matre, a gentleman named Glenn, and myself all get together, and that's how we did the Great Switcheroo. We put those together, and then we're actually in the editing process of part 2 right now, and then part 3 we'll start working on hopefully this weekend. But yeah, it's so cool being able to sit and pick Gav's brain about. I mean, a lot of the topics we talk about are, perspective based, but it goes off into all kinds of tandems, and we're talking about all kinds of things. It's just so cool. And it's not just Gav, the other gentlemen are, you know, amazing as well. Researchers and just thinkers. It's a lot of fun. 3:45. Well, folks, I'm almost done, so I'm gonna finish this up and then I'll jump off, I guess. Um, this was a good little chat, I think. Hey, Anonymous. But yeah, there's a couple more before I get too developed into the mud floods and all that kind of stuff. A couple more tests and experiments that I want to really focus. I think about them all the time, and how I'm going to do them, what I'm going to use, where I'm going to do them. For some reason, though, I've been keeping this one kind of close to my heart. It's nobody's thought of it really yet. I've shared it with a few people already. There's some people out there. Hoping to have a display of this at some of the upcoming conventions, hopefully. So people can just go up and actually go up there and stand at something and just look at these things and be like, oh, okay, now I understand how that works. It'll be that easy. And it'll be a real world demonstration that everybody can just walk up and be like, oh, okay, wow, well, I guess that puts that to bed. That's how that works. That's what I've been looking for. It all has to do with about how the eyes work. And we are done. A little cutting here. Snip, snip here, snip, snip there. Couple of latitas. There you go, my first bullseye had. I should have had a black one at the very tippy top. A little stretching on that thing. Yeah, I'll make a bigger one for your son, Trav, if you're still there listening. Yeah, well, it'll be a test on perspective, but how the size of your aperture will affect your perspective. I'll make one more like this, but I'm going to put a little black dot right in the middle. But that was the first one I ever made. I'll probably give that one away, or sell that one, I mean. I almost feel like starting it now. I think I will. I'll just start the very tip of it and get it going. I don't know why. I feel like crocheting right now. This feels good. Yeah. Yeah, the Rayleigh stuff. You know you're more than welcome, Trav. I'll be talking with the guys. But I'll Adam. I can leave the live stream open for you too, if you want to just do it here. Invite a couple people on to talk about it. I know John Savage. You mean your channel? Yeah, I hear you. You can do it here if you want. But John Savage, I know he's gonna love to hear about the common law stuff you're looking into right now. Yeah, I think it's a great idea, and I think it needs to be done. It's just cojones. It takes cojones. And I think if you go in there with the right attitude, it really throws them off a lot too. A couple of latitas. Hey, Sandra. Lev Kung Fu, how we doing? Sorry, I'm just getting my starting a new hat here. And I gotta really pay attention to what I'm doing when I'm starting one. And there we go. I really like this black hemp, this dyed hemp. It's like smoother. It's easier to pull tighter. I'm gonna really have to look into dyeing my own hemp because this stuff is it's like twice as expensive as the natural stuff. But it's so much smoother on my fingers. When I was actually making your hats, Trav, I had a pretty good um, like it's calloused right here now. It almost looks like it's scarred from dragging the hemp across there. But I was like bloody raw almost from making those hats for you. There wasn't much to do out there in the Arizona desert when it would get real hot in the afternoon. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh. Put a double in here. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. See what I mean about starting off right? You gotta get it right at the beginning. Here, come on. There we go. One. And away we go. Sorry about that, folks. Getting a little quiet. Quiet. Um, I'm not sure what I would dye it with, actually. I know there was a process for dyeing hemp, though, and I looked into it, and it was definitely not something I could do while I was out there in the desert. You needed like a kitchen type setting. So I really didn't look too deeply into it. But if you'd like the hemp to stay dyed the color that you dye it, there's certain things you need to do to it. I really like this black hemp though. There we go. We'll end it on this one right here. And that'll be the center of the beanie. Or bullseye. And there's Hank thinking he's big tough guy. And he's like the biggest baby in the world. Yeah, are you gonna do it from a plain truth, Trav? Your hangout? Or are you gonna do it from Red Hen? Can you hear me now? Square knot action here. I'm sure he wouldn't mind. I will. I'll absolutely ask him. Adam might be in chat even. come down. We can even go camp somewhere. They were telling me about some state parks that aren't very far from here. I haven't even looked up the camping sites around here, the free ones. I'm sure Florida's nice for camping. It's probably the most accommodating state that I've found so far that I've camped at. I was shocked by this. You don't find free showers many places. Oh, wait a minute here. I didn't want to do that one. Double up on this one here. And there we go. Yeah, Florida, I couldn't believe. Ask him if I can come stay forever. Yeah, Adam's an awesome guy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's showers everywhere in Florida, stuff like that. Where in others, well, out west, you don't find that at all. I found one place that had like a free public shower type thing, but it is the desert. Um, a lot of the state parks didn't even have showers. It was it's a different world out there, out west. Let me go fix this thing. The wind is blowing the door open and closed. I'll be back in 2 shakes, folks. Just 1 second. Sorry about that. No worries, man. No, hi. You want to come? Come here. Come here. Hi. You want to say hi to everybody? Yeah, Dad's talking to the box again. Dad's just sitting here talking to the box again, like a crazy person. Yeah, you're so handsome. You being a good boy? You keeping all the squirrels out? Okay, you go get them. You keep all those squirrels out of the yard. Good boy. And lizards. Yeah, I haven't been doing too much wandering around out here since I got here. I've been getting things ready and whatnot. But yeah, the homeless out in the desert was I had never seen anything like that before. That was really I don't know. It's one thing to see it on TV, but then to look them in the eyes, it's different. It's there is no just changing the channel right there. It's not the click of a button makes it go away. It's an eye opener. It really is. My bullseye. But I was definitely blessed when Adam asked me to come here. It, I've already learned so much. I'm trying to help out. Do what I can. Is yeah, the beginning sucks doing these. It's a pain in the butt having to. Don't want to miss a stitch early. I mean, you don't want to ever miss a stitch, but you miss one early, and it's so much easier to not notice it until way later, and then you got to pull the whole thing apart. I do enjoy crocheting though. Just making something. It's just kind of like welding almost. You know, you're making something with your hand. You're taking two things and you're taking something and making it into something new. Not much art to crocheting though. I mean, you definitely can get artistic and stuff. I was thinking, there we go. Got our little circle, bullseye. Oh, that would be awesome, Adam. Guys, I want to see the newest member of the Mackenzie. That would be lovely, Nora. I'd love to spend some time in Ireland. That was always my dream when I was younger. Move to Ireland and be a poet. That's what I wanted. That's what I was going to do when I was about 7, writing a lot then. I haven't written in a while, though. It's been probably almost 7 years now. But I used to write all the time. And I gave most of those poems away when I was younger. I'd write them for people, or I'd write them and people would be like, "Oh, that's awesome." I'd be like, here you go, take it. It's yours." Yeah, you go through stages though. You know, you start learning new things and you want to do new things, and certain things you do forever and certain things come and go. Home of Yeats. Yeah, right now I have my sights set on my opportunity to make medicine for people. I still it it still seems too good to be true. I still feel like something's going to happen and I'm not going to get to go there and do this. And I don't know why. It just seems too good to be true. It seems like you know, I went out on my walkabout to find my medicine man and an opportunity to make medicine, and it just happened. Instead of being some old Indian person, it was a young white guy from Michigan. You know, it's just weird how it all worked out. But if this does go through and happen and yeah, CBD. I'll be making CBD oil for Eastern European, a couple Eastern European countries where they're just now making it legal. And it's going to be a very well organized, well funded operation from the get go. And it's just like a chance of a lifetime, you know, to get to grow the plant from a seed to maturity to breaking it down and revivifying it back into its purest medicinal form, and then being able to share that with so many people and get compensated for my efforts. This is what I was doing back in Indiana, but it wasn't cannabis and it wasn't my job. I was doing it for free. You know, I was just helping people as I could help them. I couldn't charge money for it. If I were to charge money for it, I could be arrested for practicing medicine without a license. So I was just giving away medicine to people at work and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, now I get to do my dream, what I want to do, help people, make medicine for people, real medicine. Um, and I get to be, I mean, I would have done it for, you know, room and board, but now I'm going to be very well compensated for it. Yeah, it's like a dream come true. It really is. It's one of those stories that you hear that you're just like, wow, there's, you know, those things don't happen. And it happened to me. Well, I'm hoping that it's all, I mean, I know I'm not doubting him at all. I mean, he showed me pictures with very influential people in the government over there. And it's a very large contract. And I started learning Croatian actually today. Yeah, I started my verbal education today. Cojones. Yeah, but I'm very blessed. Just this whole thing that I've been on, this whole adventure journey, this quest that I've been on since I left Indiana has been so positive. It's It's been pretty awesome, to say the least. Met a lot of really cool people. Haven't met too many assholes, you know. Got jerked around by my cousin. Trying to help her out. Learned a lesson there. It happens, you know. But I am healthy. Hank's doing good. He's healthy. Um, I'm staying with some wonderful, wonderful people right now that just, I couldn't be luckier, really. I mean, they're so caring and understanding. They love animals. They love Hank. I mean, they really do. I could probably leave, no problem, but it's going to be a fight taking Hank with me. I know that for sure. Hey, how we doing, Walt? Cuz it's always a pleasure to have you around. Are we going to be getting started here pretty soon? And will it be a Zoom meeting? Is my question. Remember, Redhead Radio is going to be going live here pretty soon. Are you still planning on going live, Trev? Yeah, we got the wrench crew here. Oh yeah, Hank will be going wherever I go. That's one of my stipulations. I would not take the job if Hank couldn't come with me. Been plucking on that guitar a lot lately, haven't you? That's awesome. Yeah, did you check out that link Mr. Savage put in the Twitter chat? It's all about sleeping with a little bit of elevation underneath one end, like sleeping at an angle, a slant. And it's supposed to help out all kinds of stuff. Definitely worth listening to. That's what I started this chat talking about. Then we went on to vaccines, and then we went on to, I forget what else we went on to. Oh, living in Europe and my new job coming up here shortly that I'm still just praying that it all works out and everything goes as it should go. I think everything will work out all right. Yeah, I just felt like crocheting again. I went live this morning for about an hour, and then I just felt like I saw it sitting here, and I picked it up and started crocheting. I was like, well, I might as well just go live. I'm going to start crocheting. Gives me something to do, someone to talk to while I'm doing this. Yeah, I haven't got any notifications about them setting up the meeting yet, but what time is it? Oh, it's only 3:20 over in Central Time. I keep forgetting I'm on Eastern Time, and you guys are an hour behind me now. Ah, so Josh isn't even out of work yet. I see. I see what's going on. Love you too, Walt. Yarp. Talk to you here in a little bit. If you all don't know him, that's Walter Johnson, part of Iron Rail Media. He's a awesome guy. I visited him now twice on my walkabout. Once after, yeah, he was just, I made a special trip for him on my first part of the journey. I went from St. Louis to New Mexico and rerouted to Louisiana to head down that way to visit him. But it was oh, Eddie, you all right, sweetie? You can do it. You can hold it. You can make it, sweetie. I know you can. That darn traffic. You guys will be there in no time. Don't worry, sweetie. Hank said you can do it too. He knows you can, sweetie. Addie Lynn. Addie Lynn. Addie Lynn. She's got the cutest little smile, oh my lord. And I love her laugh. You should put her on, Adam. Jump on the hangout and let her come chat with me. She is so sweet. And then a double. So what are you guys thinking about? How do I do this one? As far as this many lines, that many lines, this many lines. I'm thinking I started with, let's see, 1, 2. Okay. So we did 3 and then 3 of the natural ones. So should I go skinny and do maybe like a 2 on this one? I did a 3, and I'm thinking of leaving these. Hold on, I'm gonna get the link out real quick. But I'm thinking of doing all the natural ones just at 3, but changing the size of the black ones. I think that would work. All right, you should be at it right there. Hey, Roy. Good morning. Yeah, man. Flat World Logic. In any of the Crocheters Corners, you can find a link to my PayPal or Patreon. There's a Mac. Let me put in my headphones here.
There's Addie Lynn, mini AMAC.
Quick.
My little mini me. She's all tired.
Oh, that poor thing. She not wanting to
Would you say
talk.
I'm
Oh.
yeah, I'm guilty of it too.
Yeah, see, I did thicker there. I did thin, thick, and then
Yeah, I
thin.
like that. I was looking at it earlier when I was in there, and it looks way better in real life too. I don't know. It's just that black hemp. I love that. I want you to make me one.
Yeah, it's like shiny.
It looks weird on my phone. I don't know if it's just my phone or what, but you can't see the detail between them in real life.
I want to, I'm thinking of doing maybe like start off at 2 and then 3 natural ones. Well, I got 24 rows to work with, and I've used up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 so far. So I have 16 more rows.
Nice. Yeah, you did that pretty quick too.
Yeah,
Knocked
I'm
that out.
getting it down. Yeah, this part's the quick part. The beginning part's no problem making rows, but as it gets bigger, the rows take longer and longer.
To the women's and children's center that Tony's at. Dude, you should see that. I'm gonna show you the sky when we get out. It's crazy. It's really bad.
But yeah, flat world logic, man. Yeah, that's what we had problems, Roy, with my buddy's dog ate his.
Yeah, yeah.
I've had a dog chew up one of mine.
You excited? See your mama and your brother?
She's so cute.
Because you're a big girl. Here, you gotta undo it.
She's so smart.
Doesn't hurt you. Little biscuit. All right,
Are you being a biscuit?
and then I'll hop back up
Daddy.
a little bit after I show you. And then once we go, because I don't want to walk in on her like breastfeeding. That'd be embarrassing.
Yeah, no worries.
Look at that. See that shit? You see that behind me?
Yeah, that's wild, man. They're spraying like crazy. Look at that pattern.
Tic-tac-toe again today, boys. Crazy. Let me spin it around.
Hey, do one more loop. Yeah, I'm presenting you to everybody now. Look at that, folks. Tell me that's done on accident.
Yeah, it's messed up, man.
Yeah, that was some serious spraying going on right there. That's crazy. But hey, Josh, welcome, man.
And actually pulled in. So
Whole fam showing
a
up.
little bit. I'll hop back on in a few.
Cool.
I'll be listening in. Peace, everybody.
And there's a new father right there. Well, father of a new baby boy. So proud. Yesterday he was just glowing, man. It was really neat seeing him like that. He's invited me to come up there a couple of times to visit Tony and stuff, but she barely knows me, and she's in a gown and this and that, and I don't want to. I just want her to be comfortable and not be worrying about stuff you know, some somewhat stranger there. I can't wait to meet him though. And I'm not very keen on hospitals at all. I don't like hospitals. Not my bag at all.
Yo.
And here he is.
Hey, I'm and Ashley
Oh,
just
let me I gotta put on my headphones. Hear what he's saying.
I gotta put my headphones on too. Hold on a second.
Have the volume turned down. Sorry, Adam. I didn't hear any of that.
No, I was just saying that and Ashley took Addison
Oh, cool.
this year, so I'm gonna look at this shit real quick, dude, because they're spraying like crazy today. I haven't seen them spray like this. I don't think ever. There's some
I've never seen
crazy looking chemtrails up there right now. So hold on, I gotta show you this shit. Hold on, this is fucked up. See that? Look, they're like curly. Oh, I can't zoom in. That sucks. Looks weird though. Shit ain't right, man.
No, that's messed up.
It's like they've decided to hire a few extra chemtrail planes.
Josh from Iron Rail Media said congratulations.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm blessed, dude. It's such a huge weight lifted off my shoulders too, just knowing that mama and baby, everybody's healthy. That's all that really mattered to me. And there's a lot of things that can happen, and it all went well. So
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, there's a lot of people praying and sending good vibes, I'm sure.
oh yeah, it's been overwhelming. It's crazy. There is still a lot of good people out in the world. Just unfortunately, we need to get more and more.
Yeah, making more every day.
That's very true. Yeah, it sucks, man. Because earlier, we're sitting there at a red light, and there's this guy in a wheelchair. He's missing a leg, holding a sign up. You know, wounded vet. Anything helps, kind of shit. And I threw him a few bucks, and Addison was like, "Why is there people like that?" You know, she just keeps asking me these questions, like, "Why do we have to pay for stuff?"
Smart
You
little
know,
girl.
she's 4, and it's hard for me to explain to her. Like, well, there's this fiat currency system in place. You know, you can't just start explaining to your 4-year-old like that.
Yeah. There's a group of men that are out there
Yeah,
to
that's
keep us and keep us all enslaved. And
holy shit, dude. There's like a reflection coming from the sun. Oh man, look at this shit. This gets better and better. Hold on.
kind of Miss Jones would be in heaven with a sky like that.
Look at that. You see the sun right there?
Wow. Yeah.
So what the hell is that? Just another day. Nothing to see here, people. Go back to sleep.
I don't think I've ever seen the sky sprayed that much.
And if that's not like straight up proof to say that that's not Operation Solar Shield, I don't know what else to tell you.
Well, no, that's the
Time.
planes flying in straight paths, but you got the Earth spinning underneath them in Coriolis.
Now they're spraying over there. They're spraying over there.
Wow,
They're spraying over there. They're just fucking spraying everywhere. It's like
that whole sky is covered. That's wild, man.
fucked up. Pisses me off. Makes me. That's the only thing that sucks about having kids, man. I feel like I don't know. You almost feel guilty for bringing them into this hellhole, but at the same time, without more people aware, that's just because I'm gonna raise my kids to critically think and decide for themselves. It's just because somebody tells you, and they claim, my uncle worked at NASA, and that's what we're stuck in. Is people are just so reliant on so and so said, and he's got a brother that worked here, and that's it. I'm not looking into it no more.
I'm gonna grab the PayPal link for Flat World Logic real quick.
Cool.
There it is.
Yeah, as you know, with the whole vaccine thing, I've been at war.
Oh yeah, I know it.
And my surprise, I've had a couple of nurses come up to me and be like, hey, we get it, but we can't really talk right now. So before you leave, I'm going to exchange my information with them and hopefully pick some of their brains on Skype before I have to go back to war with Mr. fucking pediatrician / flat earth researcher.
Yeah. I couldn't believe you said that.
Yeah, that was all he said, too. That was it. He didn't say anything else after that. So that was his answer. So that's concerning to me.
Yeah, well, his response was, people think that the earth is flat. That's
And my main question to him was, if every human body is so much different, especially at the atomic level, everybody, not just physically what we see, it's like down to the minute, tiny, all of our cells are supposedly different. Everything's different, but yet every pallet of vaccines they drop off is exactly the same. And they won't hesitate. They're like, oh, well, we got a 12-year-old. We're going to go ahead and shoot him full of hepatitis B just in case he starts to become sexually active and gets into some hepatitis B. We're going to go ahead and inject some hepatitis B into him. We'll just get it over with, right? Fuck it. Sorry, I just get a little pissed off.
Don't apologize.
Pricks, man. Just a bunch of I'm going to stop because I'm going to see. I can tend to get, like, I'll get really mean with talking about this shit to people like you, because I know you'll just absorb it. You'll let me talk and just vent. And sometimes I sit here and I'm like, God, I wish I could get my hands on the guy that said, you know what, this is okay. So let's start doing this. Let's just start massively, we'll produce these vaccines on a massive scale. And, Bill Gates, he's just the money guy, He's the investor in the whole problem.
The sound that they put out on the stage.
Which all those people with more money than brains, they need to go anyways. We need to get rid of them regardless, but it's
not so much getting rid of them as it is we need to just ignore what they say anymore. They don't get to dictate what we do, and
yeah, they just need to
get rid of money. They don't matter anymore.
Yeah,
they lost anything that made them special right there.
Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely stuck in this fiat materialistic system that has been put together to manipulate us and benefit the ones at the top. And that's another thing that's just so blatantly obvious to me. I just don't get it. I don't understand why people still pay the fear-mongering war machine at the end of the year, every year.
Mm-hmm.
I always pay my taxes, always. Like, does it make you feel like you're an actual like, I don't know. It just, there's nothing. You're the problem. You are the problem at that point. So I don't know what else to say. But that's where it starts.
Flat world logic. Hey man, if you live in the U.S., just add $5 onto the price, and that'll be shipping. Overseas, it's usually like just add 10. It's usually like about 14, $15 to England, but if you just add 10, that'd be enough. I if I could, I wouldn't charge you guys anything. You know that. I'd just make them and
Wow, dude, this is absolutely insane.
yeah, pull
I've
that up
never seen
again.
them spray like this before.
Pull up your camera again. Check this stuff out, folks.
Hold on one sec.
This is on the south end of Tampa Bay. And they're spraying in every direction, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, look at you can see the halo
Yep.
on the sun.
Up, man. I don't even.
Wow.
It's just crazy. It's everywhere.
Yeah, like yeah, there you go. Yeah, I need to make that more a little clearer. Usually I'll get your information and then find out how much it would be to ship to you, but in the US, everything's right around, I mean, sometimes it's a little more than $5 depending on how many things are shipped, but one hat shouldn't be any more than 5, and then one hat overseas is no more than 15 usually. It's when I start shipping 4 or 5 hats that the price goes up a little bit more. That is
All
wild.
right.
You heading in?
Yeah, I'm going to head in now before I get mandatorily vaccinated by these assholes. Too late, probably, but whatever. I'm gonna run in and charge my phone for a little bit, and then if you're still on, I'll hop back on and y'all can meet the little one.
Yeah, I'll hold off as long as I can. Probably about
That'd be
20
like,
minutes to a half hour we'll be jumping on the
okay, cool,
IRM.
perfect. Yeah, I'll try and
Midnight.
make it like 15 minutes or so.
Cool. Sounds good, man. I'll be here.
All right, buddy.
All right, Adam.
Later, everybody.
Take it easy. Enjoy. Going to hang out with his son. New son. Yeah, I haven't seen it ever sprayed that heavily before. That was wild. That was definitely wild. Double loop here. What are the rules? What are the rules? Zombie nurses. Yeah, there was a nurse up in Indiana who was actually giving out placebos instead of vaccines. I think they gave her 4 years for it or something like that. I thought that was pretty cool. What are the rules? What are the rules? I think I might start watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. All black hemp one. I can do that. I'm just gonna stop this one then right now because I should have. No, I definitely don't have enough to make an all black one right now. I can though. I can go get some more hemp tomorrow. Yeah, I can. I'll get you. I'll go get some more hemp. Actually, I could probably go get some more hemp tonight. I'm sure I can. That one and a full one should make, how much of that one did I do? 100. Yeah, I should be able to. Okay. Sounds good, Rich. And then, did you include your address and all that kind of good stuff? If not, I always send out a thank you for ordering and all that kind of stuff. I'll get you my email address that way, and then we can get where you'd like me to ship it to and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but I'm definitely gonna have to go get some more black hemp. All black. That's gonna be cool. Pearl. Okay, awesome. Knit one pearl. Pearl, like the color pearl. Well, they're hemp. I'm gonna look into dyeing hemp. Um, yeah, the all black hemp. It costs like twice as much for the hemp, but don't worry about that. Um, I didn't put a price on it or anything like that, so I'm not going to ask for any more money or anything like that. Uh-oh, is it time? Lima beads. Oh, Rich, yeah, you're cool, man. No worries. No, you're you're more than set, man. Don't worry about. Thank you. I appreciate it. No, yeah, yeah, that's more than enough, man. Much obliged, brother. I appreciate it, Rich. That's awesome. Hmm. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, that's more than enough. Um, for a small roll of hemp in the natural, it's about $5. And then these for the black roll in the small hemp, it's about $9. But this one's it's 328 feet, where I get about 400 feet I think it's 409 feet of the natural stuff. So it comes out to be about double the price, but you gave plenty enough for covering that. I appreciate it, man. Much appreciated. Yeah, it's weird. It's saying it's on hold for some reason. That's all right. We'll figure it out. No, I mean, hemp can be made into rope. Hemp can definitely be turned into a rope. Yeah, before I even get any more of that done or get into the black, I'm going to go get... Actually, I really got to check the Twitter real quick to see if we're starting Lima beads. What are the rules? What are the rules? I'm not even sure what I just said. No, I'm saying before I finish that one. No, you're good, man. You gave more than you need to. Oh yeah, about that, I'm not sure. Yeah, it'll fix it. I'll figure it out. Hemp rope. I've never even seen hemp rope. Everything nowadays is nylon. But with them starting to make hemp, it should be starting to grow hemp. It should be coming around now, I would think. But folks, I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna head out and grab some hey, there's Josh Corey of the Iron Realm. Okay, I'll wait, Rich. I'll wait. I was gonna go right out now and just go get the hemp right now, but I'll hold on a second. Oh, here we go, baby time.
Ready?
Yeah. Sent it to everyone. Oh, look at him. Eddie's being such a good big sister. Oh,
Big yawn.
look at that. Look at all that hair. Oh my goodness.
I know he's got a full head of hair.
So handsome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I do have a headache again. I think I just need to eat again too.
He's opening his eyes.
Look at little son.
He's adorable.
Being so good with him. Yeah, I just wanted to pop in and show you real quick.
Oh, he is beautiful, man. Well done.
Brother. Thank you.
Good work.
Mama did all the work.
Yeah,
I'm not taking any
you
credit.
just got to have some fun, right? Well, she does good work for sure.
All right, man. I'll be in touch later.
All righty.
See you later.
I will talk to you guys later. Yep. Take care. Yeah, that's how quick it goes, isn't it, Roy? 1 second they're lying in the hospital next to you. Next minute they're asking for car keys and but folks, I am going to get going here. I'm going to get something to eat before our Wednesday pre-show meeting starts for Iron Realm Media. I'd like to, yeah, we got to talk a little bit about Travis too, Josh. He'd like, well, I'll talk to you. We'll talk about it. So, yeah, Red Hen Radio is going to be going live here in a little bit. It's 2 N's and all one word. Red Hen with 2 N's radio. He's going to be announcing what he's going through. Yeah, I love you too, Adam. But I'm going to get going. So love y'all. Thank y'all for joining me again. This was so much fun. Got some good crocheting in. I guess I'll just finish this one with these, and I'll buy some more hemp when that all comes in. So thank you, everybody. Lots of fun. Love y'all. Good times for all here signing out. And as always, thanks for watching.